Good morning, it's Jisoo and welcome to another studio vlog. I'm gonna start off my day by repotting one of my plants. Its roots have like come out of the bottom of the pot, so I think it's time to repot it. And it is the start of spring here in Australia, so I'm gonna try to take care of all my plants with what materials that I have right now. But when lockdown is over, hopefully I can get a couple of more supplies so that I can repot and like switch around more of them. But yeah, for now I'm just gonna repot one. But in terms of work, today I'm gonna do a couple of prints for mini gallery box. I feel so grateful to be invited. If you don't know what mini gallery box is, it's like an online gallery where you can buy prints, stickers and zines from different featured artists every month, and they invited me, so yeah, I'm gonna try to finish off some prints for that today. I've already drawn the sketches out because I got really excited, and we're doing like a mushroomy theme, and I love drawing mushrooms, and it's autumn in the northern hemisphere. It's not autumn here, so I thought I'd do like a kind of melding of both seasons and do like a really happy and bright autumnal set of drawings. So it's gonna be like mushroom autumny themed, but with like very springtime colors is what I'm envisioning, but we'll see how it turns out. Anyways, that's what I'm getting up to today. Join me on my little adventure, and yeah, let's get started. A really long overdue repotting. I don't know how I'm gonna get these roots safely out of the pot, but we'll try to make it work. I'm gonna repot it into just a slightly bigger pot. I guess it's a lot bigger. My tools of action. So I kind of can't be bothered to go outside to do all of my gardening. I know I should, but I always can't be bothered, so I always do them in like a cardboard box and then just like chuck it out afterwards. That's my method of attack. Oh, and I got a new pair of Crocs in pink. Trying to get this plant out of this pot. Oh, just broke something. Okay, did not mean to do that. I'm sorry. I don't mean to do that. Usually they come out pretty well. I think I'm gonna have to sacrifice some of these roots because I just don't think I have any way to get them out nicely. Should have repotted this a long time ago. Oh my god, it's so root bound. I'm so sorry. Ooh, I have to rip some of your roots. I'm really sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. It's so root bound. Oh my gosh, look at that. Smells nice though. Smells good. Alright. gonna take it out and give it some rainwater. Okay, so I ended up getting carried away, but all my plants, I took care of all of them, and then I kind of cleaned up this little plant stand. This is my little plant area, and I have a grow light here. And these are 2 avocados that I'm trying to grow. This one still hasn't rooted yet, so it's still in its little baggie. I'm trying to propagate some of my philodendrons, and then I have 2 pots with I'm trying to grow thyme in them. We'll see how it works because I've never grown stuff from seeds before. So yeah, I'm trying to grow a lot of seeds here, I guess. And then I have another philodendron, I believe. But it's getting a bit too much light here. But I have nowhere else to put it, so it's there. And then I have my shelf, plant shelf, my monstera, which is currently growing a new leaf as well. And yeah, so I ended up kind of repotting and watering and doing a lot, doing it all. So yeah, it's tomorrow now.
상우랑 연락한 적 없지?
Having one of those moments where I'm like, the thing that I was dreading and procrastinating on for the past 5 days, I finished within an hour. So feeling good. Gonna go for a walk and send some mail, so join me. Alright, I'm back from my walk. Changed my jacket because it's a bit chilly. It's a bit chilly. But yeah, I think I'm in the mood to work on my mini gallery box designs, so that's what I'm gonna do, and hopefully I can finish one of the prints today is the goal. 2 would be super good, but I'm just gonna, you know, set my goals realistically and try to get 1 done.
Even though you don't want anyone to know it, secretly have a good heart. You told me they didn't approve of your alternative lifestyle.
everyone, it's been a couple of days since I filmed and I feel like I have so much to update you on. So let me talk through everything. Talk time. Anyway, I feel like I always get so like, if I don't film for a few days, I become so camera awkward again. But I've written all the things that I need to talk about. To film for vlog, talk with my therapist about burnout and work stress. Okay, so yeah, like the reason that I've kind of been avoiding filming for a while is because I've been feeling really burnt out with work, to the point where like I was struggling to wake up in the morning. So I had to talk to my therapist about it, and she brought up some really good points, you know, some points were made. She was just asking me some questions about work, and I was just having a chat to her. And then at the end she said like, Jisoo, it seems like you're working from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed, and you don't give yourself any leisure time. And I was like, that's true. I think it's been really difficult during lockdown to kind of have a good work-life balance for myself, because there's like, I work from my room in my home, so there's not really like a distinguishment between work and life. And outside of lockdown, I use time, like I plan time outside of work to spend with my friends, or to like go on dates by myself, or like go on dates. But during lockdown, there's not really much else that I can do except be at home, and home is work. You know, it's kind of like in my brain, there's not really much of a partition between those, especially because my room is my studio. Like, this is my bed right next to my workspace, and like if I'm chilling on my computer, it's the same space as my workspace, so I feel like I can be doing work in that time. And even when I'm zooming with my friends, sometimes I'm working while I'm zooming with them, like I'm stamping envelopes or doing something, you know, that doesn't take a lot of brain power but is still work. So basically I've just given myself no time off ever, and even when I'm not working, I feel like I'm still, like I can still be working. And you know, like I check my emails from the moment I wake up, and then before I go to bed I check them again, and like I just give myself no distinguishment between work and life, which I think is quite common for people who like own their own business. But I think it's time for me to kind of realign and reevaluate time spent working and time spent living, because I think it's very important. Like, I feel like I talk a lot on this channel about like living my life, and then in reality, am I living my life? I don't know. But I think at the same time, it's kind of hard for a lot of artists to talk about this, because you know, it is a huge privilege to be doing art as a career, and I don't think we get many opportunities to kind of talk about the hardships of it, because we're made to feel like we should be grateful for every single little part of it, even if it's not so favorable. But I think it's really important to kind of be open and talk about that stuff too. So yeah, I'm trying to give myself a more balanced kind of life. I don't think it's working out so far, but we'll get to it, you know. It's an effort that I'll have to keep making, and I think it will be easier when lockdown closes down as well. I mean, when lockdown ends as well. So I have a bit of time to like chill out outside of my workspace. But yeah, at the same time, after that realization, it's actually helped me to kind of appreciate what I do for work even more. And having that mindset change of like, I can make art for fun. It doesn't have to be monetizable, and I can do leisure stuff for fun, and my life isn't gonna completely melt down. Because I feel like, I'm totally rambling now, but I feel like a big reason why I feel like I have to work all the time is because it is my full-time job, and I feel like if I'm not working all the time, it's all gonna come crumbling down on me, which obviously isn't true, but it just feels that way. So I have a big fear that one day, like, the other shoe is gonna drop and nobody's gonna be interested in my work, and I'm just gonna be out of a job, and oh my god, you know, I kind of go spiraling into that. But the more I kind of confront that fear and allow myself to just like breathe and take time, I feel like the more grateful I am to be doing this work, and the more I realize like how amazing it is to be able to create as a career. Like last night I was having this huge moment of like, damn, like I have so much art that I want to make. I have so many things that I still want to create, and I have a lifetime to create the things that I want to create. Like my art, like I'm still gonna be me. I'm still gonna love creating. It's such an integral part of my life, you know. And I often think that I get so like caught up in like what I have to do in the here and now, and like I want to do everything at once, and if I don't do everything like right now, it's all gonna leave me. But last night I was having a realization that like creation is such a huge part of my life, and I think it always will be. So I have so many years ahead of me to create, and that just makes me so happy and so filled with excitement. So yeah, I think kind of having that balance, I feel like allows you to appreciate your work more. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if anything I say makes sense ever. It makes sense up in here, but out of here, I don't know. Let me know if it makes sense. But yeah, I think I should, but yeah, I think I'm like, for now, I'm trying to create a mindset that's like, it's okay to take breaks. It's okay to do nothing. It's okay to create art just for yourself. And then I think I'll move on to a stage of like actually creating designated break times for me, and try to have more of like a set time where I'll be like, okay, at this hour I'll stop working, and I won't think about work, or take weekends off or something. It's not something that I can do at the moment. Like I don't think I can work out like and then immediately start implementing. I think it's something that like I'll have to keep working towards, because I have a lot of anxiety. I have issues. So yeah, definitely something I'm trying to work on. Let me know if, I feel like it's something that a lot of people struggle with, because we live in such a hyper capitalist society where we feel like we have to be productive all the time in order to survive and make a living. So yeah, I definitely don't think it's like an isolated me issue, but definitely something that I want to have a good think about. Yeah, that was point number 1 in my in my 50 points. Editing Jisoo, I'm sorry about this one. You're gonna be sitting there like, why? But okay, so I really next point, I'll do a new clip. Okay, new clip. So I really wanted to film me drawing all my mini gallery box prints, but I've been getting the drawing bug at like 2 AM a lot these days, and I just like don't feel like getting my camera out at 2 AM. Like the lighting's really bad. It's not really that nice, you know. But I finished all of them, and I'm so excited. I think they turned out really cute. Okay, bring the level down, bring the excitement level down. Let let me show you. Let me show you. Maybe I'll show you on screen, because showing you on iPad is it's not that nice. So those are my 3 prints from Mini Gallery Box, and you can go, I'll link the link to get these below. I'm so excited. I think you can sign up for them until the end of October, so get your hands on some mushy prints. And I'm gonna design some stickers for them as well. Whoa, the lighting changed. The sun is going places. I'm very blue. Wow, I have so much to update you on. And now to update you on my recent brain takeover. So I don't know if you know, but I've created a prompt list for myself for October called Souptober, and it's kind of like a reflective prompt list. I'll put it here. Boom. And I've been really wanting to play around with more traditional materials. If you don't know, I went to uni for visual communication design, and while I was at uni I was really interested in print. I really like layout design, and I really like typography, but my favorite part of print is actually just playing around with paper, and I love everything in paper. And I thought, you know, if I'm ever gonna go out into the design world, I'll go into print, which is a bit of a dying medium, but I'm so excited about it, and it just makes me happy to work with paper. I think recently I haven't really been allowing myself to work more traditionally or to play around with my art a little bit more, because of what I talked about before and my kind of fear around not making things that are monetizable, because this is my livelihood, you know what I mean? Anyway, but I think I've been limiting myself to digital art for so long that, like, I always want, in the back of my mind, I always want to do other forms of art, and I always want to work more traditionally, and I always want to like experiment a little more and do this and that and do things that excite me. But there's always like a part of my brain that's like, no, like you could be like making a sticker right now, you could be making like an Instagram post right now, you know what I mean? Like you could be making content right now. So I always end up kind of pushing those things to the side, but I don't want to do that anymore. Like I want to create, and I feel like I've pursued a creative career in order to create, you know. And I'm not like employed by someone, I'm employed by myself, so I have the freedom to create what I want to create, but like I get all up in my brain about it. But anyway, that was a long prelude to why I've been making all this random stuff. So I've always been really fascinated with pop-up books and like interactive books. I've loved them since I was a child, and I still love them today. I just think pop-up books are like the most amazing like things that like, you know, grace this earth. I just think they're fascinating. Like what? How? What? What? And like I just love like books that you can interact with, and paper engineering will always fascinate me to no end. So I've always wanted to do it. I think I've said always like 50 times. But yeah, I've always been like really fascinated with paper engineering, but I never really knew how to do it. But I stumbled across this YouTube channel called the Pop-Up Channel, and it's just like a bunch of pop-up tutorials that go from the very basics and really thoroughly explain the mechanics and how to make each pop-up shape, and like explaining the angles and everything. And my mind has been blown, and I've literally been staying up till 5 AM every night just making pop-ups, because It's so fascinating to me and I'm so excited about it. Like they're really bad, but you know, they do fold. I mean, I made it too big obviously, but they do fold like flat and then boom, pop up, boom, 3D, you know? And then oh, how cool. I think paper engineering, so cool. So cool. That was a lot of talking. Thank you for listening to me ramble. So today I'm going to make this piece of art for my September day 4, and yeah, hopefully it turns out the way I'm envisioning it. Okay, I want to talk about what I'm doing right now. So I've made a little pull mechanism, which is just, I think if you saw me do it and you're really confused, it's basically just a piece of paper and then I've attached another piece of paper to it, folded the edges in so that it pops out of the other side. So this is just, I can take it out. So as you can see, I've just folded this piece of paper so that it kind of does this. Need to glue it down more properly, I think. But basically you just slip that in, usually, and then you can stick whatever you want like on here. Usually you'd use the actual this as the pop out, but I kind of want to use the fork as the pulling mechanism. Hopefully it's strong enough. I have reinforced it with like one sheet of paper, but if it's not enough, I'll do another one. So what I wanted to do is cover the whole cut slit with the fork, because I don't really want the slit to be showing even when the pull out isn't pulled out or pulled in. So if I do it at this angle, then the slit is still covered by the fork. And I'm just gonna cut all the excess off. Beep. So now it's just a pulley. You can pull it back and forth with the fork. The next problem I'm gonna have to face is sticking this on without infringing on the pull out. I did cut like heaps extra space. I reckon the pull out can stop here even, so I'm just gonna kind of try to stick the top bit on without infringing on the pull out part, if that makes sense. Hello! You know what time it is. It's time to thank the sponsor of this video, Skillshare. If you don't know, Skillshare is an online learning platform filled with thousands of classes and courses and videos on so many different skills, ranging from plant care and lifestyle to illustration and art and design, and you know, you name it, you can probably find it on Skillshare. So yeah, this month I've been trying to make art that really excites me and art for fun, and I found a class that was kind of perfect for that. It's called Bring Your Sketchbook to Life, Creating Interactive Sketchbook Pages with Samantha Dion Baker. And it was such a fun class that like went through different ways that you can use your sketchbook to make little interactive pieces. And you know, as you know, I love playing with paper and I love playing with paint. So following this class was so fun, and I totally recommend that you check it out. Skillshare has really kindly offered a 1-month free trial for the first 1,000 people who click up the bio. So if you want to check out this class or any other classes on Skillshare, you can do it for free for 1 month by clicking in the link in the bio. It helps me out, it helps you out, so I think it's a win-win. So yeah, in my opinion, Skillshare is kind of the best platform to learn new skills or add on to new ones, or like gain some inspiration and have like steps that you can follow in order to enact your imagination. But yeah, Skillshare is great and you should totally check it out. So thank you again to Skillshare for sponsoring this video, and let's get back to the vlog. Good morning! I wanted to stay out at the park more today to keep reading this book, but I had tummy issues. I'm getting through it pretty fast. Started reading it last night, so I'm gonna keep going at it tonight probably, but for now I'm going to draw the mini gallery box stickers. So by the time this vlog is out, the mini gallery box set that I'm making will already be available to buy. So I'll have the link for that down below. And basically there's a print club, a sticker club, and a zine club, and each one, like, you get all of them progressively. So if you sign up for the print club, you get prints. If you sign up for the sticker club, you get prints and stickers. And if you sign up for the zine club, you get prints, stickers, and the zine. So yeah, you can sign up for that down below. I'll put the prints that I've made here, and you can see me drawing the stickers now. Actually, before I do that, I always think of something that I need to do before I get into the creating. It's like a theme, but I uploaded a Patreon newsletter yesterday, and I got some really nice comments from my patrons. You guys are so nice to me, especially when I like pour out my heart and I'm like, oh man, this is a bit too much, and then everybody responds so nicely, and I really feel like in these moments that I really feel like a sense of community and a sense of love, so thank you for that. yeah, I'm gonna respond to some of those comments before I get into the creating, but I will do that off camera. So, you know, let's get straight to drawing the stickers in the vlog. Boom! Good morning! It's actually 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but I have been watching Hazy's stream. So Haley was my upperclassman. How do you say that? Like a year above me at uni, and now she streams and she has like the most beautiful voice I've ever heard in my life. So I'll link her Twitch down below, but been spending my morning just like vibing, listening to some amazing music, chatting. I'm gonna go into a tangent once again. You know, that's just who I am now. But I'm reading this book called Bluets by Maggie Nelson, and I bought it because somebody on TikTok was reading it, and like a passage from it sounded really beautiful. But I'm a bit let down, I'm gonna be honest. It's not my type, you know, it's not my style of book. But I did finish. Oh my god, just flung the book. All About Love by Bell Hooks the other day, and this was really beautiful. I do still have like some critiques about it, but I think overall like the core message of it is something that I'll take into heart, and I don't know, it gives me a lot of like hope and makes me feel happy about love. So all about love, and it makes me feel really grateful for my friends as well. I think, yeah, I really experience true love through my friends, and if you're watching the premiere, oh my god, it's so loud outside today, but if you're in the premiere, I love you guys. Anyways, today I'm going to paint my September Patron originals. I just need to do 5 of them. For a little bit I thought about closing this tier altogether because it was kind of like stressing me out a little bit, but then I realized that, you know, I can sketch like one good design and then make all of them the same design, and that puts my stress level down so much than like giving each patron a different original. I'm like, you know, like they're all different people. So they can all get the same design and it will be different anyway, because I can't paint things exactly the same. Or like I can change up the colors but have the same design, you know what I mean? I feel like there's like some kind of like guilt attached to like doing this, reproducing the same painting 5 times, but I'm like, what's wrong with that, you know? Like each patron is getting this painting that I love, and they're all different people, you know? You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Anyway, so yeah, I realized that that puts my stress level down so much more, eases me a little bit, and it's a lot less having to think about so many new designs and then execute all of them. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do today. It's really gloomy outside, but it's like beautiful weather to listen to Hailey singing. Let's just appreciate it for a second.
Build our own family, and one day we will, and for now we'll wait. So I'll share your time for a time as you travel the sea.
Alright, this is where I'm gonna say goodbye. I just finished all the paintings, and yeah, thank you so much for watching once again, and I'll see you in the next one.